Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I just got off the phone. I was at a meeting this morning, and this video is good. I know you're going to like it. This is about QA expert Daryl Guberman exposes since 2009, Boeing's CEOs have acted as FAA administrators. You've heard it right. The news media will go, oh, he's not telling the truth. Let me tell you this, okay? I don't make this up. When I stood up at the meeting on April 17th, 2024, and I stood up without being, I was not invited. It was open door seating, so I got in there, and I couldn't take it anymore, and I held up two pieces of paper that showed, without a doubt, that Boeing gave up on-site auditing. That means they send inspectors out to these facilities, make sure they're making the products proper, heat treatment, etc. And these two documents, one in April and July of 2002, states the only way Boeing would come out to see their suppliers is if need be or need arises, which means when a plane crashes. So let's continue. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow business associates, my friends. For over 2 decades, a concerning practice has taken root in the aviation industry, blurring the lines between manufacturer oversight and regulatory authority. In 2009, the Federal Aviation Administration granted Boeing the authority to self-certify its own aircraft through the Organizational Designation Authorization, the ODA system. I'll read it again. It's a tongue twister. Obfuscation would be the word for this word. Organization Designation Authorization. By the way, they did not just make Boeing an agency of the FAA that could self-certify, but they could self-certify new aircraft technologies and new aircraft designs. This move effectively allowed Boeing to oversee its own safety inspections, raising critical questions about accountability and passenger safety. The Boeing-FAA inspector relationship. Under the ODA system, Boeing employees were designated as FAA representatives, responsible for inspecting, certifying the company's aircraft. However, these inspectors received their salaries directly from Boeing, creating a potential conflict of interest. While their role mandated reporting findings to the FAA, their primary allegiance, ladies and gentlemen, was naturally to align with their employer, Boeing. The dual responsibility compromised the objectivity essential for unbiased safety evaluations. The Boeing CEOs as de facto FAA administrators. You have from 2002 to 2020, Boeing was led by several CEOs. Phil Condit, 1996 to 2003. Harry Stonecipher, 2003 to 2005. James McNerney, the father of the 737 MAX, 2005 to 2015. Dennis Muhlenberg, 2015 to 2019. And David Calhoun, 2020 to the time he had to step down in 2024. During their tenure, these CEOs presided over a company that, due to the self-certification authority granted by the FAA, operated with significant autonomy and safety oversight. This arrangement positioned Boeing's leadership as a de facto FAA administrators, effectively overseeing the certification of their own products. Such a structure undermines the checks and balances vital to ensuring aviation safety. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am a shareholder of Boeing. Consequences of self-certification. The implications of this self-regulatory framework became tragically evident with the crashes of Lion Air Flight 10 in 2019 and Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 in 2019, resulting in the loss of 346 lives. Investigations revealed that the design flaws in the 737 MAX's maneuvering characteristic augmentation system, MCAS, went unaddressed, partly due to inadequate oversight stemming from Boeing's self-certification privileges. The inherent conflict of interest in having company-paid inspectors compromise the objectivity necessary for rigorous safety assessments. FAA stance on self-certification. In the aftermath of these tragedies, FAA officials publicly stated and this is in 2019. You saw 2009, they were given FAA self-certification. They were made an agency of the FAA. So here it goes. FAA stance on self-certification. In the aftermath of these tragedies, FAA officials publicly stated that the agency does not permit companies to self-certify their own aircraft. However, this assertion contradicts the long-standing practice of delegating significant certification responsibilities to manufacturers like Boeing under the programs such as the ODA. This discrepancy highlights the need for clearer policies and more stringent oversight to ensure that safety is not compromised by conflicts of interest. Calls for reform. In response to these tragedies, there have been intensified calls to reform the ODA program to restore independent oversight in aircraft certification. The FAA has faced scrutiny over its delegation of authority to Boeing, prompting discussions on balancing efficiency with uncompromised safety standards. The need for a clear separation between regulatory bodies and manufacturers is paramount to prevent future conflicts of interest that could jeopardize passenger safety. And that is also, you must have not only regulatory bodies, but you also have you must have the corporations that sit on these regulatory bodies, and you must have separation in the agencies that watch over these corporations, like the FAA, that they watch over Boeing, but they are a member on the American National Standards Institute and the American National Accrediting Board, the accreditation body that Boeing shoves down their suppliers and subcontractors' throats. Along with Boeing being a member of that board, but they're also a customer as well. The delegation of regulatory authority to Boeing, allowing the company to self-certify its aircraft, has blurred the lines between the manufacturer and regulator. Here it goes. The arrangement where Boeing employees acted as FAA inspectors while being paid by Boeing positioned the company's CEOs as de facto FAA administrators. Such a structure undermines the integrity of the aviation safety oversight system to safeguard the lives of passengers and uphold the trust in our aviation industry. It is imperative to reestablish clear boundaries between regulators and industries and also government agencies. Independent oversight is not merely a bureaucratic formality. It is a critical component of ensuring that safety remains the top priority of aviation. We must act decisively. We must act decisively to restore integrity to our regulatory frameworks and prevent future tragedies. This is another reason why I went down on April 17, 2024. And then I went back. On June 18th to watch David Calhoun. This guy, the only thing he knew for his $32 million salary a year was about aerodynamics. Yeah, how his Titleist III golf ball got hit off the tee. That's all. And the aerospace materials he saw on the shaft and the head of the golf club. Titanium, aluminum, and a graphite composite. That's the only thing he knew about aerospace. What did the board of directors do? That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 203-556-1493. I look forward to hearing from you.